Okay, let us continue about the discussion of the blood. Now we will be talking about human blood groups. So there are many types of blood. Not all the patients or not all humans have the same type of blood. That's why we need to understand or we need to know the different blood groups. So there are 30 common red blood cells antigens. What are antigens? So antigens are substances capable of stimulating immune response. Okay, so the most vigorous transfusion reaction are caused by ABO and RH group antigens. So here, this is very important thing to know during blood transfusion. So most vigorous blood transfusion reaction because blood are not being uh, transferred to a person immediately. There should be a cross match that is being done. So they will check if the blood is compatible first to the person being transfused with blood. So to be transfused, there are a lot of procedures first that they will do. Number one is a cross matching of the blood. So antigens are very important. This one can kill you if there is wrong administration or transfusion of blood. Okay. So ABO blood groups, the blood type A, B, O, AB. Okay, so blood type are being done, okay, based on the presence or absence of two antigens. Okay, so we do blood typing, okay, by determining the presence of two antigens, A and B. So lack means absence of these two antigens is already a type O. So during blood typing, they will get a drop of blood and put it on the slides. Okay, so they will put the antibody, antibody A, antibody B, and if they will react to it, it means there is a presence of antigen. Okay, so if there's a presence of antigen of both two, you will be type AB. So lack of this would be type O. Okay, so remember the presence and absence of antigen. No? The presence of both antigens A and B is called type AB. Always remember this one, presence or absence. The first presence is already a type AB. Absent is type O. Okay, that's the rule. No? If both are present, type AB. Remember antigen. We are talking about antigen. Okay, so both present, A and B, you are now AB, no? The presence of antigen A is called type A. The presence of antigen B is called type B. Okay? The lack of both antigen A and B is O. So, very easy. So, in ABO blood groups, we are determining the presence of antigen A and B. So, if both of them are present in your blood, you are type AB. If only A, you are type A. If only B, you are type B. Absent of both is type O. Oh, easy, no? So, blood, this is very important. Blood type AB can receive any, no? A, B, AB, and O. That's why they are called universal recipient. They are telling us that if you're AB, it's difficult to find blood. No? Yes, it's difficult to find this kind of blood, but look at this. They are universal recipient. They can receive any type of blood. Mas maswerte pa nga sila kahit anong type ng blood pwede nilang i-receive. Okay? So they are called universal recipient. But this type of blood is very few. Kaya mahirap hanapin. But they can receive any type of blood. Okay? Is that clear? So blood type B can receive B and O. Okay? So look at that one. Always O. They can receive O. All of them can receive O. Look at this. Because type O is a universal donor. Okay. this is your universal recipient. The type O is universal donor. Okay, remember the antigen are absent to them. That's why they can donate any of them, no? They can donate to them. Okay, so blood type B can receive BO and blood type A can receive A and O. Blood O can receive O only. You see, they can receive O only. But type O is a universal donor in which they can donate to all types of blood. O, kawawa naman yung O, no? They can receive only in type O. But don't worry because blood type O is very many, no? It's plentiful. So many people are blood type O. O, ganun naman ang ginawa ng Diyos, no? Okay, so blood type O is the universal donor because they can donate to all types of blood. And type AB is universal recipient because they can receive any type of blood. Okay? So, group AB, they have both antigen, plasma antibodies, none. Okay? Blood that can be received, dami, no? Blood group B, antigen B, they have antibodies anti-A, no? And BO. Okay, so A, anti-B, AO. Okay, anti-B, and then O. So, always remember which is the universal recipient, universal donor. Okay, and the blood type that they can receive. Always remember that one. It's very easy, no? So, RH blood groups. O, ito naman yung mga RH blood groups. If you will hear RH negative, RH positive. Okay, you cannot mix together, no? So, named because of the presence of absence of one of the 8 RH antigen. Ito naman absence or presence of one of the 8 RH antigen called agglutinogen D. Ito yung kanila, agglutinogen D. Absence or presence of agglutinogen D. That was originally defined as rhesus monkeys. Okay? Rhesus monkeys. That's why RH, no? Most Americans are RH positive. Yan. Problems occur in mixing with RH positive into a body with RH negative. So they cannot mix. No, we have two, RH negative and RH positive. So if you have the agglutinogen D, you are positive. If you have, you are negative. So they need to determine the RH group of your blood. No? So RH danger during pregnancy. During pregnancy, it is very important that we know if we are RH negative and RH positive. Danger occurs danger occurs only when mother is RH negative and the father is RH positive. So this is a problem, and the child inherits the RH positive factor. Okay, to prevent this, Rogam shot is being given to the mother, no? So they can prevent build up of anti-RH positive antibodies in the mother's blood, okay, to correct the problem there. So uh, the mismatch of the RH negative carrying an RH positive baby can cause a great problem, no, for the unborn child. So for the first pregnancy, usually proceeds without problem. So there's no problem during the first pregnancy. But on the second pregnancy, the immune system of the mother has synthesized um, antibodies, okay, during this pregnancy. So the second pregnancy, on the second pregnancy, the mother's immune system produces antibodies to attack the RH positive blood. So what will happen? There will be hemolytic disease of the newborn. So, blood typing, blood samples are mixed with antibody A and antibody B. So, they will put an antibody. They will determine if you have this antigen A and B. Okay, coagulation or no coagulation leads to determining the blood type. So, once they put the drop of the antibody A, antibody B to your blood, okay, the typing is being done, no? They will look if there's coagulation or no coagulation. That leads to determining of the blood type. Typing A, B, O, and Rh factor is done in the same manner. No? Cross-matching, ito yung madidinig nyo palagi. Cross-matching. What is cross-matching? Okay. Testing for agglutination of donor, RBC, by the recipient's serum and vice versa. So, they will check first your blood and the donor's blood, okay, for agglutination so that they can see if their blood and his blood is matched so that they can transfuse the blood. If not, there's something wrong will happen to the patient. Okay? So, this is the testing, no? Type AB contains antigen A and B, agglutinates with both areas. So, they will put an antibody, no? Anti-A and anti-B. And you can see that there is agglutination in both. So, you will be type AB. Okay? Type B contains antigen B, agglutinates with anti-B, no? So antibody is put here, so it will agglutinate here. So type A antigen agglutinates with anti-serum body, antibody B, anti-A. So type O contains no antigen, so it doesn't agglutinate to either serum. So if they will put antibody A and B, there's no agglutination because there's no antigen. Okay, that's how they can determine your blood type. Okay, developmental aspect of blood. Sites of blood cell formation in the fetal, no, liver and spleen are the early sites of blood cell formation because bone is still absent inside. So the fetal liver and the spleen are the early sites of blood cell formation. Bone marrow takes over hematopoiesis at the 7th month. So sa 7th month pa lang siya magkakaroon ng hematopoiesis in the bone. So bone at the 7th month, before 7th month, it is formed in the liver and in the spleen. Okay? Fetal hemoglobin differs from hemoglobin produced at birth. Okay? Physiologic jaundice result in infants in which liver cannot read of the body of the hemoglobin breakdown products fast enough. So, physiologic jaundice after the delivery of the baby, no? 1 day after the delivery, take note 1 day after the delivery of the fetus, no, the baby, they turn into yellow, no, yellow, but it will disappear after 7 days. So it will disappear after 7 days. Okay, that's why it's very important for us to put the baby on the sunlight so that this bilirubin can be removed from the skin and goes to the liver again and goes to the circulation and being urinated. Physiologic jaundice is yellowish coloring of the skin, no? After 1 day after birth and disappear after 1 week. Remember the description, no? After 1 day and disappears after 1 week. So if the baby is born yellow, it's pathologic jaundice. And it will not disappear after 7 days. It is pathologic jaundice. The physiologic or normal, if you say physiologic jaundice, normal jaundice, they will turn yellow after 1 day after delivery and disappears after 1 week.